Hello and welcome to Galactic Civilizations 3. We are going to try to get a let's play going on this one. I used to play Galactic Civilizations 2 a long time ago. Uh, although I don't think I actually ended one. No, that's not true. I ended the campaign and I probably ended it once or twice. But I have a problem with the 4X games. I usually like to play at marathon or the equivalent speed and pace. So yeah, I usually get around to 150, 1500, well, more or less like that, and it turns, and then I quit. But yeah, this will be the introduction video. This will be me actually designing a race. So let's get going. We'll start a new game. I actually did this one, but I'm going to redo it. So these are the races. Actually, I should have thought or spoken a little bit about the options and whatever, but sure, well. So you have the humans, standard humans, they're an alliance. You have the Drengen, these are the guys, are the evil. The Altarians, the Iridium, the Kryn, Yor, Iconian, and the Thalans. So let's talk a little bit. These are the races that are currently in the game. There are 8 races in the game. You can create a custom race from scratch, or you can copy and redo it all over again. Let's talk a little bit about each race first. So the humans are the inventors of the hyperdrive and the youngest race on the galaxy stage, although committed diplomats. Terrans have a militaristic streak that has taken many by surprise. So usually there are a couple, about 6 I think, ways to win the game. Conquest, standard. You need to kill off the aliens, whichever race you are playing off. The others are the aliens, of course. So you have that one. You have the diplomatic, secure 5 or more alliances. So it's basically a standoff. You have the influence. You need to expand your influence to 75% of the galaxy, and I think that counts as the cultural victory, more or less. There's the ascension, which means you ascend to a higher plane of existence. You do that by mining and researching key technologies, by mining a resource and researching key technologies. The research, you will research pretty much everything and you ascend again. Yeah. And there's another one, that's the time limit. If you don't win the game by that amount of time, the guy with the highest score wins. So let's talk a little bit about the Terrans. So they are engineers, so shipyard production decays at half the normal rate. What this means, I'll explain this better once we get into the game, if I actually play as humans, quote unquote. What this means is that you can sponsor a shipyard. Shipyards are like star bases, more or less. If you play Galactic Civilizations 2, you might know that. In Galactic Civilizations 2, the starports were inside the planets. Now they will be outside. This is one major change. And you can assign several planets to sponsor one shipyard, up to a maximum of 5. And this means that the production that will decay as the shipyard is further away from the planet, it will decay slower, half the normal rate. So that's nice. You can have more planets sponsor one shipyard, and they will sponsor close to full production. Then we have colonizers. First improvements on all new colonies is free. This is huge. Productive, they will produce improvements. This is social production, by the way. They will improve stuff faster. They are adventuresome, so their ship range is bigger. You will be able to move further away. Likeable, diplomacy bonus +1. It will impact how other races see you. Fast, so moves +1, and organized, logistics +5. This means fleets are bigger. Then we have the Drengen. The Drengen are paranoid. Free drones defend planets, shipyards, and star bases. This is good. And unwavering. Colonies are much harder to culture flip. What are they, though? The Drengen are a profoundly evil and warlike civilization. Exceedingly clever and vicious, there are few beings capable of meeting a Drengen and not becoming its next meal. So, productive +1, more production, more income. They are discontent though, so they will have less morale on their planets. Excuse me. They are militant. They will have military manufacturing plus 20%. Poor traders, trade route value minus 25. Brutal, soldiering plus 0.3. And tough, hit points plus 20. So soldiering, this is the invasion force, so to speak. And tough, hit points fairly self-explanatory. The Altarians are a deeply religious race. They are kind in their interactions with others, although a bit self-righteous. For unknown reasons, they are very similar in appearance to the Terrans. So they are ancient, gets research from precursor active parts, and unwavering. Colonies are much harder to culture flip. They are also clever, plus 20%. Influence, this is the cultural, again. Content, morale plus 2. Fragile, so less hit points. They are fast, and they are organized. Then we have the Iridium Corporation. These guys are entrepreneurs, so trade routes give approval bonuses to both parties and 2 extra trade routes. So there we go, you start the game with 2 extra trade routes, you have a cap on that. You are wealthy, starts with tourism and naval, and extra credit. This can be good. The Iridium are an ultra-capitalistic civilization ruled by a number of multi-planet corporations, firm believers in the power of free markets. They specialize in economy and cultural growth. So a little bit of backstory there. They are productive, they are economical, they are infertile, so population growth minus 25%. They are handy, so maintenance will be reduced in both fleet and starships and star bases. Traders, trade route value plus 25%, and ship range plus 15. Kryn, they are a coalition of races deeply united by a shared religion. In recent years, the secretive arm of their faith has taken control of their government, and its shadow network now spawns the galaxy. They are prolific. They start with 100% more population than the population that is brought in the colony ship. So if you bring 3 billion population, you'll start the colony with 6. So you can expand really fast with these guys. They are zealots, so they get an ideology point each time you invade a planet. I will talk about ideologies later on. Manufacturing plus 50%, influence plus 15, content, morale. This is military manufacturing. They are farmers, so they'll produce more food. The farmers, they cap how much population you'll have on the planet. You cannot have more population than the food you produce. So yeah, this is huge. This will effectively increase your population. Adventuresome, ship range plus 15%, and diplomacy bonus minus 1. Then we have your singularity. They are synthetic, so disabled foods and natural growth. Instead, an assembly project is used to produce citizens. They are adaptable, can colonize tier 1 extreme worlds. The Yor are a race of sentient artificial beings. They have no need for crude means for reproduction and consumption, and can instead build citizens to inhabit their world. So they are manufacturing geniuses, basically, plus 25%. They are clever, real clever, 20% extra. A gross income plus 20. They are infertile, so they will grow at minus 25%. Not that it matters, because these guys... Actually, it will matter, because I do believe, I haven't tested this, but if you put yourself as fertile with your singularity, you will probably, again, I'm not sure about this, but the production cost can maybe go down. I'm not sure about this, by the way. I see this happening because they are infertile. Their production cost is a little bit higher, but at the same time, it doesn't make much sense, I think. So they are dense. They can pack more stuff into their ships. Poor traders, so trade route value minus 25%, and they are very, very organized. Logistics plus 10. This is a great civilization. I really like those guys. And I kind of forgot to read this. The Yor are a race of sentient artificial beings. They have no need for crude means of reproduction and consumption. I think I read this. Oh well, I'm going crazy. So, the Iconian Refuge. Servants of the Precursors and one of the first races to reach the stars, the Iconians are now locked in a bitter struggle with their own creations, the Yor. And Q Mass Effect, what was it? Quarians and Geth. That's pretty much the same thing, although this one is the lore of Galactic Civilizations. Galactic Civilizations, there you go, is older than the one of Mass Effect. So yeah. So they are starfaring. Our all-star bases get the first module free. Our ships are immune to nebula effects. If you plan on getting, apparently I just got a new recruit, and I have no idea Oh, because I'm selecting the... Yeah, right. You need to spend 5 minutes on the choice of civilization, so yeah. If you are like me, and we will probably be focusing a lot on star bases, because they are awesome. The all-star bases get the first module free. All ships are immune to nebula effects. You can ambush the AI with this, and trust me, the AI in this game is really good. Free drones defend planets, shipyards, and star bases. This is really good as well. They are fertile, so their growth is increased. They are handy, so less maintenance. They are farmers. They are craven though, so resistance is a little bit low. But again, if you play this right and do not let the resistance is the ability to resist invasions. Basically, it's the defensive side of soldiering. If you play the Iconians right, you don't need this one. You can even go -2 on this one and it will be fine. Because basically, you'll be using star bases to protect your planets. You won't let them get to your planets. Your last line of defense, instead of being the planets, is the star bases in your fleets. Because you are also accurate and organized. Then, at last, we have the Talon Contingency. The Talon Contingency have come from another universe in the hopes of stopping what they call the Terran Crusade, which they believe will lead to the destruction of the universe if left unchecked. So they are intuitive, starts with free research, and they are knowledgeable. Starts knowing the locations of other homeworlds. They are productive, they are infertile, so less growth. They are militant, they are agile. Militant is military manufacturing, jamming plus 25%, so their ships are harder to hit. They are resilient, they are unlikable. Resilient is the repair. Unlikable, diplomacy bonus -1, and they are organized. Alright, so these are the races that we have at our disposal. I'll put a little cut in here, and I'll be right back, and we'll talk about what our race will be, because I have a race that I plan on using, but I have it on a PDF, and I need to print that so that I can actually play do it over here. So thanks for watching for this one. If you enjoyed, and if you want to see this let's play, do leave a like down below, and I'll see you guys soon. So until next time, do take care and goodbye.